Jamie Cobb with Gwatney Buick GMC joins us to explain how to best take advantage of factory incentives and interest rates right now. As always, Jamie, it's so great to see you.
Good morning.
Yes, so I think most people are probably familiar with incentives and rebates. So how do they work and how do they vary from vehicle to vehicle?
Okay, so typically an incentive or rebate is put on a vehicle to help sell that vehicle, that particular vehicle. So if we have a lot of Sierra trucks in stock and we want to move them, GM will put on incentives to help sell those particular vehicles. So not every vehicle has a rebate or an incentive, but most vehicles do now. Rebates and incentives kind of went away for a little bit, but now they're coming back. And so you'll see, offers like $2,500 cash back or a percentage of financing. So you can get one or the other. So kind of interest rates and rebates kind of work together.
Well, as you mentioned there, people do tend to focus on interest rates. So how do you determine who qualifies for certain interest rates on certain vehicles?
Okay, so interest rates are totally tied to your credit score. And then typically, the better your credit is, the better interest rates you can get, so on and so forth. But some vehicles, just like the incentives, they'll have an interest rate on that vehicle to incentivize it for you to finance it at a low rate. Like right now, we've got 1.9% financing on select models. So you just have to check with the dealer to see, hey, what vehicles qualify for 1.9 financing right now.
Well, every dealer seems to occasionally throw out the 0% interest. So what are generally the stipulations that come with that?
Okay, so typically when you see 0%, the vehicle will have an incentive on it, and the finance company is offering you a low rate, and they take the rebate or incentive in exchange for giving you that low interest rate. So instead of you using the rebate to reduce the price of the car, the finance company is taking the rebate from the manufacturer and using it to offer you a lower incentive.
Okay. I never know which one's like the better option or...
Yeah, it just depends on, what you're trying to finance back or what mainly affects your payment the most. So sometimes, just like in our situation, we use up to 40 different lenders in-house, and sometimes we can find you the best rate and still let you keep that rebate money. So sometimes you can get both. It just depends on what vehicle you're on and, again, how much you're trying to carry back. Loan to value is big on how much the interest rate is. So if you're trying to finance 100% of the vehicle cost, 110, 120, or maybe you've got a really good down payment or good equity and you're at 80% loan to value, you may get a really good rate.
Do most people assume that they can get a better interest rate at a local bank?
Sometimes, if they have a really good banking relationship, then maybe they can. But again, we make loans every day. We're making, loans daily on vehicles monthly, and some people are only buying a vehicle once every 4 years. So they don't have that direct lending relationship that we have with the banks and credit unions to offer those better rates.
Sometimes we hear about a cash deal. Talk about the pros and cons to that.
Okay, well, so primarily 80% of all the buying or the selling of vehicles that we do are finance deals. People do finance. And when people say cash, a lot of times they are borrowing the money from a local bank, but they are sometimes truly paying cash. And so those deals could work one of two ways. Sometimes the finance companies are offering us an incentive for them to get that deal sent to them. So we may be able to make you a better deal as far as the price of the vehicle if we're going to finance the vehicle in-house through one of our finance companies.
Well, lastly, how important is it to be buying somewhere that actually reports the payments you're making to the credit agencies?
Oh, that's extremely important for your credit rating, especially because typically a home or a car are going to be your biggest financial purchases that you're going to make. And so your credit rating is based on your revolving credit history. So if you have high credit history and you're making your payments monthly and paying on time, then your credit score just continues to go up. So it is very important that you use a source that is reporting to a credit company.
Well, what do we need to know right now that's going on at Gwatney Buick GMC?
Hey, we've got a lot of year-end deals going quick because we're already ordering our 25 models, so 24 models are going to go quick. So if you're looking to make a good purchase and save a lot of money, we've got those deals right now. We've also got a great selection of used car inventory. So come out and look at our used car inventory, and we'll help get you into a new car.
Yep, there's the address right there on Landers Road next to Sam's Club. Jamie, as always, thank you so much for coming in and
All right,
chatting.
thank you for having me.
Appreciate it.